Okay, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the Christmas special edition of the Isthmian European, now with our beautiful, wonderful German friend here as well. Fan Roundtable, my lovely guests for episode 133 of this wonderful podcast. We've got Windy John GALE, Hastings legend. We've got Robert MURDOCH, the #1 Lardy Army man from Horsham, and we've also got Robert GRAUEL, the leader, the supremo of the 10 German bombers, Hastings United front over in the lovely Bonn in Germany. So hello, gentlemen.
Evening all. Good evening.
Right. It's been a couple of tumultuous weeks, things going on, new managers obviously at Hastings, wins and losses for Horsham, obviously with Rob GRAUEL. I know you're going to come on, you're not just going to talk Hastings, you're going to be talking about your FC Bonn, who are having a cracking season, aren't they?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. So lots to talk about. I think I'm going to go straight to Rob, because he hasn't been on in bloody ages, and there's two Robs here, so it's Rob the German. With a marvelous hat. I'm thinking the Pet Shop Boys here. How you been, first of all, and talk about FC Bonn.
Well, personally, I've had a really busy and exciting year. I handed in my written exam in October, which took me 1.5 years to write, and I just got my remarks. I passed it, so yeah, it's been.
Well done, mate.
Yeah, cheers.
What's this, GCSEs? What's this?
That was a further qualification for I'm a teacher to be able to teach on college. So I had to do a written exam, and yeah.
Okay, so is that more money?
Not yet, no. I haven't checked my bank account yet.
So okay,
Yeah.
so what do you teach then, Rob? I'm sure I've asked you this before, but
Mostly I teach sports, English, and social science. Apart from that, I teach 1 and 2 other subjects when there's no one available, I get in as a substitute.
I've seen that film. You do look a bit Tom Berenger, but maybe I'm the old. I'm not the oldest here, but yeah, it's a bit
No,
old
you're not.
reference. Maybe no one knows that one. But yeah, so tell us, FC Bonn. So you've been because I remember the last time you were on, they were in the throes of struggle, possibly being relegated. Tell us what's happening with them now.
Well, the last season was quite disappointing because they were heading for a promotion, which they didn't in the end. And this season has started out really well. They're now first and 12 points clear of the second one. So they're really looking forward to promotion into the 4th tier, that would be. And unluckily, there's a winter break now. That's a typical German thing. It's like we're in the Antarctic here. The next game will be in early March, and they've just had a row of wins, so it's not good for them.
No.
The only bad point was that they went out of the regional cup last week. That was the last match before the winter break. So if you win the regional cup, you get qualified for the first round proper in the German cup. You might get a draw to a Bundesliga club. So that was a bit disappointed. But apart from that, it's a great season. I've been to a lot of games, and including away. And it's really fun this season, yeah.
Yeah, so it really must have been a couple of years since you've been on then, because I remember the last time I spoke to you, it was all doom and gloom. You were worried about relegation.
That was probably then 2 years ago, yeah. They've had a change in the board as well, and as always, he's very ambitious. He wants to take Bonn to the 3rd Bundesliga, but we've heard it all before.
So ever Frenchie took over, would he say like très bon? Is that no? That's just no. Should I? No.
He can say whatever he wants,
As long as you win, yeah. But so tell me, have you been following Hastings at all? Any of the ups and downs of what's been going on at your main club?
Well, this summer I went to a home game against Bognor. You were, I think you had to work,
I was
but
working,
I
yeah.
met. It was like a family come together there.
It
There
was.
were two cousins turning up. John was there, and my son was there, and he wasn't quite infected with the pilot field
No,
virus. The first thing he said when he came in,
brilliant.
said shit ground. But in the end, he enjoyed it, and
They did.
he got a shirt, and yeah. So I've been following the results, and I've even listened to the radio podcast a couple of times. Not all of it, but whenever I have a spare time, and yeah, and so yeah, I know that it's not going too well. And yeah, well, they might be facing relegation. So yeah, I'm keeping my fingers crossed from over the channel, basically.
Yeah,
We'll be all right.
Yeah.
that'll be all right. Well,
We hope.
we well, let's bring the other Rob on. Rob from Horsham. Funny old season for Horsham. This.
Oh, mate, yeah, just a bit.
I fully imagined you lot sitting here fighting at least for the playoffs, and
Yeah.
I see you not that well. You're not a million miles away from us, but you would not have expected kind of such a topsy-turvy season for you, really, already.
Yeah, no, it's pretty much one win, one loss, one win, one loss. We just, I was speaking to someone today, funnily enough, and we're good at losing games now. We're in a drawing position. If we're drawing, we're finding a way to lose it. For example, I can't remember the last time I was on here. I think it was just before the Wingate and Finchley game. And we went there, and obviously they were in good form, and they didn't get a kick of the ball. Wingate, we beat them 1-0. Should have been more. You'll hear me probably say that quite a few more times, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? And we went there, and it was okay, 1-0. But looking back at the last few Wingate and Finchley results, it doesn't look as good as it did back then. They've sort of dropped off a bit. And then, yeah, it was, Folkestone came to our place, and I thought they defended incredibly well, deserved the win, to be honest. More chances missed. It's just that. I don't know. It's just don't get me on strikers. That's a whole completely different podcast. That would be. We just haven't got one. Let's be honest. But I thought,
what's happened with those? Because I mean, is it just that they're out of form, or do you think they've had their time, or what
I think it's a bit of both. I think you look at Dicko's. I think he's on 11, 12 goals. He scores a lot against the lower teams. Like he got a hat trick against Cheshunt.
Yeah.
You're looking for that striker that's going to go and get the second in a 2-0 against Dartford, for example, last night, and we took the lead, and Hester Cook scored, and you think, okay, then literally 5 seconds later they're down the other end scoring and equalising, and it's just that probably sums up the season there in that little snippet. I think. I think you look at Sham up top. I think he just, Jesus Christ, look interested. Do you know what I mean? He's just the most frustrating footballer you can see. If you're playing at Barnsley or a Torquay, he'll turn up. He frustrates the hell out of me. But so I think he's probably had his time. He's been there 4 or 5 years now, but he's never got 25, 20 goals a season. You know what I mean? He's not that kind of player. I think, yeah, Dicko's doing what he can at 39, 40, and then after that, you're looking at the wingers, and like Ola from Lewis at the beginning of the season, he flatters to deceive. Do you know what I mean? It reminds me, I've turned around so many times in the stand, and do you remember Balassi at Palace, runs the byline and have no end product. He's a bit like that. But yeah, we're saying all this, and we're, after last night's defeat, you look at it, but we're 4 points off playoffs. Yeah, I think, exactly. It's this season that take away Dover. I think Billericay are sort of, even Billericay though, you think they're doing well, then they'll go and drop points against someone that you wouldn't expect it. So this season's been, I think this season, yeah.
Hastings, yeah, and we should have nicked it. We should have nicked it. But
even Dover lost the other week. I was away, but I think they got beat 1-0 at home. I think I can't remember who beat them, but you think they're flying. It was last weekend. They screwed my bet up. But it's
same with mine. I had Dover.
I had Dover and Horsham to win, and but it's
what's happened to Daniel Edincar? Is he injured?
No, he was injured. He got injured before the Torquay game that was supposed to be on that Saturday, I think. Yeah. On the Tuesday night game. So he missed a couple. He was on the bench for the rearranged game, but I think because we couldn't get enough players down there on Tuesday night, that debacle. But yeah, no, he'll come back into fitness. But does he get enough goals? Probably not. It's that's the problem at the moment we're having. And I think we were looking at the beginning of the season. I think when I did my first podcast after the Hastings game when we got beat, it was like, I think our manager Dom, I think he's looking for players to score from 5, 10, 15s from across the midfield or that front three, and it's not clicking. There's something missing. Like I say, we've lost every game against the top 5. I think that says it all. We just haven't got that killer instinct. We go 2-0 up, 3-0 up at half time. I'd be still worried that would drag it back. Our second half this season, it's even if you go back at Chesterfield, it was 0-0. Kick off 30 seconds, they go 1-0 up. Billericay was the same, 1-0. It's the best 45 minutes I've seen Horsham play in a long, long time.
Yeah.
Come out the second half and it's 2 goals in 3 or 4 minutes. So our second halves at the moment are pretty. Even at the weekend, we were 2-0. Then Chesson get a goal, and you think, here we go.
But you can't lose to Chesson. No, you won't lose to Chesson.
No,
they are a terrible team. Only we lost to Chesson, but that's because we decided to get the goalie.
So we've got a big game of the week, obviously on Saturday against Canvey, and then we've got Bognor Boxing Day at home. So you're looking at you want 6 points out of them, especially Bognor at home. What's going on there, I do not know. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of those frustrating seasons. But this season, I think I said it all along. I think this season in particular, this league's going to be so interesting. I think from third down.
Well, I was saying this morning on a little chat group we got, saying we only need 2 or 3 games. And you're back up in the middle, and before you know it, you're looking at the playoffs, not far off. It's really crammed in that middle of the league.
And no one's doing that 5-6 game run.
No.
Our history tells us really, for Horsham especially, even when we haven't reached the playoffs, towards the end of the season we've gone on an 8-9 game unbeaten run. Yeah. And I think if someone does that, that will push them in, obviously. But no one's doing that. They might win 2, then drop back. They might lose a couple, then win a couple. It's just a bit. It's a really interesting league. I think it shows you how competitive. I think the 2 teams that we play, especially at home, Dover and Dartford, they look a level above for me. They look like they are National League standard. And another reason, it's not just, we're struggling to break teams down at the moment as well. I think if you watch Horsham play at the moment, you're probably within 45 minutes. And I think that goes back to what I was saying earlier with the second half. You can read what we can do. If you just put a 2 blocks of 4 behind the ball, second half, you'll get your opportunities, and at the moment teams are taking them. So it's a frustrating. I think we were expecting to be in the playoffs, to be honest with you, and competing for that, even top 2 really.
Do you think your cut runs had a bit of an effect?
I would say I hate using that as an excuse, but I think yes. It's bound to. You're asking these boys who work on a Tuesday, to finish their job, and then especially last week down to Torquay, that was farcical. So I think it has, but we've got a run now of league games where we need. You know what I mean? You can't keep. When do you stop using that as an excuse? In my opinion, I think now with a couple of league games back to back, I think, and obviously coming up, we've got Worthing in the Sussex Senior. But until then, we just got to kick on with the players. But like I say, we're finding ways to lose in game, which is never a recipe for success at the moment. But like I say, sit here in 6 weeks' time, and it could be you could be second, third, or you could be 17th. It's just, we just don't have that. Something's missing. I think I said it quite early on in one of these podcasts. There's something missing at Horsham at the moment. I don't know what it quite is. We're conceding goals at the moment, like sloppy, stupid goals. It's just like, but.
Have you watched Hastings games, mate? You want to talk about sloppy, stupid goals?
No, yeah, I can imagine. It doesn't go by that I am sitting here moaning, and we'll probably pick up at some point. But
it's pretty easy. When you played Torquay the other week, we were quite pleased because it meant we didn't have to play you whilst we were as bad as we were.
Yeah, I had the day.
We chatted.
We've improved a bit.
I was really looking forward to that, but
yeah.
But they haven't rescheduled that one yet, have they?
No, I was just about to say, I haven't seen that pop up yet. I'm just trying to look at so many games coming up. I haven't even bloody looked. No, I don't think they have yet. I'm trying to find a gap because of the cup. It goes back to the cup games, but we're going to have Saturday, Tuesday now till all of November, all of December, and a couple into January. So, and this time of year, games are going to be postponed on grass. Canvey at the weekend might be a hit and miss. If it carries on raining as it is, that's normally a dodgy pitch, isn't it? So. It's trying to squeeze all these games in, and I think that will be, it goes back to sort of the cup run. It probably has dented us a bit, but let's just try and put that behind us and kick on. But you know, it's a frustrating. I'd say at the moment it's just a frustrating little season. I think we think we're going to go, you know, 5-6 games. I think we've just got to take it. You know, we're beating teams mid-table and below. I think at home pretty confidently, but our away form's been pretty shoddy, to be honest with you, to say the least. So I think that needs to change.
Yeah,
but
you lost to Hastings, mate. You lost to Hastings.
Well, yeah, Hastings.
I think we said before. We said before, didn't we? We were chuffed that we had you early on in the season. Because if we were going to win, it was been then, and yeah, that was one of our better games of the season so far.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, we'll like I say, these two games, Canvey and the Bognor.
Canvey are one of those sides that picked up a bit, though, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. Yeah, we played them in the FA Trophy.
They just beat Hendon, didn't they?
Yeah, we beat them in the FA Trophy, and then Hendon have lost a lot of players now, haven't they? Because their manager went. So he's taking quite a few. I saw he took.
Okay. Shame he did that before he met us.
yeah. That was last week or whatever, wasn't it? Yeah. So these next two games, I think you're looking at least 4 points because you got an away game, but 6 would be great, and then see where you are at the end of that. This time of year, it's always a bit crazy, isn't it? With players missing for whatever, you decide to go away on holiday over Christmas, and you're missing 2 or 3 players. That's all it takes. So,
you still get decent attendances, though, aren't you? About 700.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We tend to. I think we've got like 480 odd season ticket holders, 500. I think that. So that plays a good. Obviously, they all get scanned now. So beforehand, they're just counting that anyway.
Oh yeah.
Which is a bit skeptical in certain places, but now they all get physically scanned. So the numbers are correct. It's 780 odd for a Tuesday night game yesterday. So that's impressive.
Did Dartford bring a few?
They brought a handful, scatter, 15,
quite
20.
Ours was a Saturday game, though, but it's only just down the road, really. But it was quite a nice little atmosphere. But we didn't give them much competition, did we, Chris?
No.
Dartford. No. To be fair, I thought they were one of the better sides I've seen this year, but we just didn't play very well. Yeah,
Dartford and Dover, I think so far for me have been pretty, especially Dover. They just bullied us, to be honest with you, at our place. I was speaking to someone today about Dartford yesterday, and you wouldn't be surprised come March. Well, I think we've got them in February. We go there and we can win. We can do it at times, but I think we're like 6 at the moment. I think we're blowing as well. 60, 65 minutes. There's a lot of players, on their haunches. But yeah, it is what it is. I suppose it's cry about it. We'll kick on. We'll just beat teams 1-0. We're not going to blow teams away, I don't think.
We've got Dover on Boxing Day.
Right, we
got one new. Yeah.
Right then, let's talk about Hastings. So
you can start.
I knew I'd have to start, wouldn't I? So obviously Danny Bloor departs. Danny Searle comes back. It's a bit like the Time Lord.
Yeah.
One bald man leaves, another bald man appears. Danny Searle.
Got Greg Wallace next.
But yeah, as Said comes in, says what comes in, speaks very well. In my eyes, I was always a little bit iffy about Danny Bloor when he came in with the "I'm going to make 1,000 mistakes" and all this sort of stuff all the time, and that he did. But come in, decent results since he's come on. The turnaround was kind of like needed to happen, obviously, because we lost 9-0. That was a true highlight of the season. About a month ago now.
Yeah, it must have been. Yeah. Seems a lot longer actually, but
but yeah. So the games that we haven't covered since the last one would be the Chichester away, which is the big Hastings boys Christmas do as well. So we obviously departed at 9 a.m. to Chichester in awful weather. Trains cancelled, so we bus replacements. It took forever to get there. A good game of football considering the conditions. It would have been played if it was because it's on plastic and
it's 3G in it.
Yeah, wouldn't have been played, but it was ridiculous. The wind was sideways, the ball was swirling around, and obviously went 2-0 up. Dicko in particular scored an absolute screaming free kick. Absolute screaming kick. But we've also got a play on it the other way, and that is where the comedy defending returned. Went 2-2, and things have changed since obviously something's been said. Things have been honed in. We would have collapsed before, and because Chichester are on a terrible team. They're a half decent side. Managed to dig in, and we absolutely nicked it. David getting the goal. I mean, the thing is, I think what's changed is someone like, say, Finn O'Mara, who I did not think was up to this level. I thought that, you know, more of a Southeast player, lovely bloke, absolutely lovely bloke. But didn't think, but he has absolutely grabbed the ball by the horns. It's really cajoled and given a bit of spirit back to the team, because it was lacking. There was, you know, it's the usual stuff, you know, when things go pear-shaped, like what you were saying with Horsham, that if things go slightly pear-shaped, you notice that the players that are like, they're not the ones that are there for the fight, you know, that you might they might be there for if you're winning all the time, but it's
ones that go into their shell.
And him in particular, obviously Jack Dixon, Freddie Legg in spurts, George Walker in spurts. I mean, that's the problem with Hastings is we've got a lot of players that will turn it on. Lots of end product not happening in our team, but like, you just see little things you just think, if you could just get a little bit of confidence, we could be a middle to upper middle table side. But you know, managed to game against Chichester, then obviously going to Billericay, give us a little bit of confidence. I thought we were going to get smashed by Billericay. I just thought, you know, it doesn't matter how things are turning. They're a very good side. Billericay play good football, and it was a great game of football. We could have nicked it at the end 2-1. Obviously, we took the lead with David 1-0. They rightfully equalised, and there was a lot of chances either side. So particularly buoyed by the results. We got Ben Wells in defence. We needed to change the defence. I don't know why our midfielder Jack Dixon was put in the defence at the beginning of the season. Whoever the brains trust, well, we know what the brains trust that he put him in, but like, he didn't want to be a defender, and he isn't a defender. So things are definitely solidifying a bit, you know. So I'm beginning to think, you know, with Whitehawk drawing yesterday, we've got Bowers and Pitsea at home. If we cannot beat Bowers and Pitsea, we deserve to go down. We've got them at home, and then we've got Dover. So please, we've got to win at Bowers and Pitsea. And you never know. Boxing Day game.
Yeah, anything could happen on a Boxing Day.
Anything can happen. It could be maybe a high scoring draw.
Is that going to be a sellout Boxing Day?
It'd be a big crowd, Rob. They'll definitely bring a few over.
Yeah.
Only problem is there's no trains. So that's the only, that might knock the attendance down a little bit. But I would expect Dover have a very good following. So
yeah, they always do.
Yeah, we had them. They brought quite a few across on the Saturday when we played them, I think. You know, it was good 50, 60 of them all around the town as well beforehand. So they were good follow. It builds the atmosphere, doesn't it? You want that,
yeah,
really.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's
I remember them before. They're a nice bunch, mostly.
Yeah. And then well, talking to a nice bunch, you just reminded me. So at Chichester, you've got to visualise this, Rob. I don't know if you've seen it, but you know, like, I got that turkey hat. I don't know. Did you see that picture I put on my profile?
Brilliant.
Yeah, that. So I'm dressed like that. So obviously I look like a complete plonker, right? So we're in the Chichester clubhouse, and they're like, "You fuck off, Hastings," and all that. And we're like, "What? You know, like, you're trying to take over our clubhouse?" I says, "I'm wearing a fucking turkey hat on my head. How am I taking over your clubhouse? Like, we're serious." But yeah. So, you know, but then Sean Ray walked in, John. And then they stopped. So
I wonder why.
I can imagine, because he's a big bat. He's a big unit. But yeah, so I mean, any thoughts, John? I mean, you listen to it on the radio. Anything any takes from them?
Everything you said, really. You know, I mean, I can only say from what I've heard. I mean, the new guy. I don't know much about this. Is it Ben Wells?
Yeah, he's been in I think a few youth setups.
Yeah, QPR's one of them, isn't it? Yeah. One of your olds.
Don't know. That's another headache. That's another headache.
So yeah, that'd be quite interesting. See how he develops. I don't know how long we got him for. Is he alone
I thought we signed.
Yeah, maybe. So that'd be quite handy because it doesn't look like we've.
I think we got him from Welling.
Okay.
From Welling.
Okay, yeah, that's right. I remember now.
Didn't Danny Sell come from Welling? I should know.
I think he's managed Welling before, isn't he? So there's probably a connection. I think.
Yeah. So that's and no, he was solid. And the thing is, you just want a calm head in defence. We were playing. You haven't had to suffer watching it, Rob, so you wouldn't understand. But from going from a team for like 3 years at least, we had a solid defence. That was one of the things that we were very difficult to score against. And then all of a sudden, all bets are off. And
I think losing Sam Crutwell to injury, you know, quite a few months ago now, and Pen as well. We've had some big. They're not just little side players, are they? You know, they're players
with a small squad. That hurts.
yeah, and that's and now we've got Louis out as well. And as much as Matt Kirby, he's doing all right, but he's not Louis Rogers, is he? And in my eyes, he's doing all right, but
he's a busy goalie though.
Yeah, and he's a good.
That's one thing Hastings makes sure they earn their money in goal.
I'll tell you what, seems to be a good shot stopper. A little bit worried about crosses and stuff.
He's a flapper though. He's a flapper.
But you know, that's why the defence is starting to improve, I think, because they're protecting him. So, you know, hopefully.
Yeah, Bowers and Pitsy, massive game on Saturday.
Big one, man.
I'm hopeful that we'll do something against Dover, but they are a very good team.
And there was a spell the other night when Whitehawk, I think they were 1-0 up, and at that particular time we were in the relegation zone. So we have to thank Chichester for an equaliser there, because that brought us back up again. But we need to win Saturday and draw
in our hands. As long as it's in our hands, and it's very early days. Yeah. So this just to get. I mean, I think we're only 5 points behind, say, like a Dulwich, and it was like 5 or 6 points maybe.
We got
you're 6 points behind us, and we've only played one more game than you. So if you look at it though, I've just brought the table up quickly. But you look at Bowers and Pitsy and Bolton are pretty much.
We got both of those in the next 3 games, so we got.
They've got 12 and 13 points, and then you look at Whitehawk and Cheshunt, they're on 19, and then yourself on 20. So you know, it's the same as what I was saying earlier. I think, you know, if you put a run together like 3-4, you jump up and you're sitting 12th, 13th. So I think I've just seen we've actually got you on the 21st of January. It looks like it's been rearranged for.
Okay.
21st of January. Okay.
Yeah.
A bit of rota. Well, I hope I'm not bloody working. That's so annoying. But so obviously a Tuesday, yeah?
Yeah, 7:45. Yeah.
Okay.
Anything to get us away from watching Trump on the telly being inaugurated. That'd be a fun same day, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
There you go.
I'll tell you another team that's doing really well, who's picked up this hashtag. They're a little bit of a worry because I thought, they might be another one that saves us, but they've started to pick up. So
Whitehawk are the ones, I think. We've obviously
they are
over there.
Yeah,
they've got fire in their belly again, and you know,
it's a shame Mark's not here to tell us what he thinks. But I think he's still doing.
He's probably planking now.
Still doing press ups.
They're all coming back at Whitehawk. I saw Rob O'Toole would turn back up.
Yeah,
you know, Horsham stalwart and legend. But sort of to get the old gang back. It seems to. It's how long they can do it for if that's the I
think we got Folkestone coming up as well. I think, and then canvey at home as well. That'd be quite good. So we've got some good old games coming up, and
it's a lovely period of time, isn't it? I mean, who's your New Year's game, Rob?
We are away at Dover.
Cool.
Yeah, nice and local, isn't it?
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch ski jumping.
I think I might join you.
What do you do actually, Robert? Seriously, when the football's not on, what do you do in your winter break then? Is there a particular sport that you sort of stick to? Or
I do watch some of the, obviously English football when it's on, but some winter sports, some alpine skiing. I like to watch the skeleton. There's a couple of British guys as well, quite good at skeleton. They even won Olympic medals. And stuff like that, indoor sports.
Rob, what's skeleton? What's that?
Skeleton is like luge, only you're as crazy that you go through the ice canal with like 100 miles an hour with your head up front,
What?
like facing death. It's quite spectacular.
I need to check it out, Chris. It's
yeah.
No, I know you do watch
Crazy
a lot.
Germans.
Well, I know for a fact you watch a lot more various sports than we do over here, Rob. I think you get a better coverage, probably.
Women's
I guess
volleyball?
the typical
women's volleyball
English winter sport is football with snow.
Yeah. But you do swimming as well, don't you, yourself?
Oh, yeah.
You tell the boys about your son, about Phil.
Well, he's really picking up now. He'll be beating me sometime next year, maybe until like Easter or summer. He'll be beating me. We had a competition last weekend, and he did really well.
I saw that video.
Yeah.
Okay. What is this, like regional stuff or
Swimming? Yeah, swimming. They got a pool right opposite you, virtually, isn't you? Not far
Yeah,
from.
right?
yeah. Yeah, it's still regional stuff, yeah. But actually, a manager from a Cologne club asked him for a training session, a test training session. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm quite
Hey, is
proud
he
of
a
him.
Hastings fan as well then? Yeah, does he wear his
Yes,
Hastings
yeah,
shirt
yeah,
while
yeah,
he's swimming?
yeah. I took him to the pilot field against Bognor when we were in Hastings this summer,
Yeah.
and yeah, he
The
liked
only,
it.
the only thing is, he thought we won 2-1 because he missed the second goal.
Uh,
What do you mean we drew?
I take him to Bonn as well, and he usually he goes to the supporters for stickers. He's all into stickers. I don't know if that's a fashion in Britain, but many
Yeah, a little
kids
bit.
they like putting stickers everywhere and nibbling the stickers off from the clubs that you don't like and
Yes,
stuff like
yes,
that.
we know that.
And
Sounds
when he
familiar.
wants a drink or
Charlie and
some
Ollie do
chips, he
that at
comes back
Hastings.
to his old man.
We always peel off the Lardy Army stickers off the toilets and the bogs at Hastings.
Yeah, yeah. So you see them on the stands, don't you?
Yes.
I was in a. Tell you what, funny you mentioned the stickers. I was in a car park in Horsham, and in the most darkest bit above a door, I think there was a Horsham sticker. I didn't recognise it. I think there's only one that I actually know who it is, but I've seen them on subways and everything. But normally, if they're on the back of the stands, I can't remember. Is it Dulwich behind the goal? There's loads of them.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think.
Yeah.
I think it's Dulwich. Probably to do that more than watch the football, don't they? But it's I think no, it is a massive thing. I think in non-league, we always seem to see them everywhere.
Yeah, brilliant. What sort of gates are you getting, Robert, over in Germany at the moment with Bonn?
In Bonn,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe 1,000.
It's not bad, is it?
Yeah.
It's gone up quite a lot.
There's usually no away support because it's
Ah.
obviously just village clubs, but it's at home games. It's about 1,000.
And are all your away games fairly regional, like close?
Yeah, when you get relegated often enough, you only have derbies left. So
Yeah.
we have a derby every weekend.
We know that feeling. Yeah. Cool, mate. What about Schalke? How are they doing?
Oh well.
I haven't looked. I haven't checked.
Um,
We haven't had Henning on here recently to tell us either. So
They've sacked their 29th manager in the last 5 years, and
wow.
players coming in and out, and they want to go up, but they have to avoid going down, basically. So, which is quite funny because the second Bundesliga actually nowadays is more attractive due to the clubs. There's so many clubs who used to play Bundesliga and win the league now in the second division, whereas in the first division there are small village clubs that went up because someone poured money into it.
Yeah.
I hardly follow the first Bundesliga, so
No.
yeah.
A bit the same with the Premiership. Can't be bothered with it most of the time.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? The money that goes in there, you sort of lose interest pretty quickly.
VAR's just spoil it.
Yeah,
mess. We'll stick with the pilot field.
What is it? What did your boy say? What the pilot field? What a dump. What did he say again?
Shit stadium.
Shit
Shit
stadium.
ground, he said.
Hashtag shit ground. Love it.
Yeah. That sounded like the bus on the way home.
Literally, honestly, I was behind him when we walked through the gate. He literally done about 10 steps and then turned around and said that.
What? No, it's a glorious ground. Glorious, mate.
He loved it. After a while, I think I don't know what he was expecting really, Robert, but he just
anything else.
But he did enjoy it himself.
The German, they want glass
yeah.
everywhere. That's what they want. They want glass this, glass that. That's what it is.
I think he spent most of his time checking out the girls that walked past anyway.
Well, good luck with that at Hastings. Anyway, on that note, I wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and New Year.
Thank you, have a good Christmas, guys.
For coming on. Good luck to your sides. Bonn, Horsham, as I'm wearing the Horsham hat.
Yeah, great choice. You can send it to me afterwards.
And obviously, Windy, Rob, and German Rob, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thanks
for
so much. Cheers, Chris.
Take care,
See you, Rob.
Take care.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.